Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Christian and this is CXC Beauty. On today's video we have a bunch of great new at the drugstore products. Some stuff that is new, period, I guess you would say, or like new stuff that I just found, and some stuff that has been at the drugstore for a while that I just haven't tried yet. But we are going to go through all the products. I will show you all of them and then I will show you how they apply to my face. So if you want to check out some new drugstore items, some new affordable items, keep on watching. But before we continue, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our uploads, and give this video a big thumbs up if you like affordable makeup, if you like these affordable videos, because I've been loving drugstore items recently and a lot of them have been really good, so give us a thumbs up. Okay, without further ado, let's see how these products work. Hey everyone. My hair is crazy.
Oh.
But we're gonna fix it. Okay, let's get started. Okay guys, so we're just gonna dive right into it, and I wanna show you everything I got before we start applying everything on the face. I didn't get a full face of stuff, so I'm gonna be incorporating some of my usual stuff, but there's a lot of new things here for me, and also I think some of them are actually new stuff. So we're just gonna try some new drugstore products and have some fun. First thing I picked up was this Real Techniques little brush set. I haven't used Real Techniques brushes in a really long time, and this little set looks so cool because it's like a flawless face base set, and who doesn't want a flawless face, right? So we're gonna try this. I also picked up the Luminous Putty Primer from e.l.f. Since you know my favorite is the Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f., I'm gonna try this one. I also picked up this Halo Glow Setting Powder in the shade Light. I'm going to try this on the under eyes and see what the hype is about this powder since it's brand new from e.l.f. I picked up a foundation that I used to love back in the day, which is this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I'm going to see if this works for me because I just picked a random shade because I couldn't remember what shade I was, and you can't really test them out in the store, so I just picked 207 Sand Beige, and hopefully it works out. If not, we're gonna make it work. I also picked up the new Hydrating Camo Concealer. I did try the other one, the 16-hour Camo Concealer, and I did not like that formula, so I'm gonna try this one because James recommended this one, James Holland, here on YouTube. So I'm going to try this, and I got medium sand, so hopefully that's a good shade. I also picked up this little, it's like a cream liquid shadow from e.l.f. and it's gold, and like a fish, I'm attracted to shiny things, and I couldn't resist picking this up. So it's like a little gold glitter shadow. It almost looks like the Stila ones, but we'll see. I also picked up a Maybelline The Falsies Lashes. I heard this was really good, so I had to try it. I haven't tried many Maybelline mascaras, only a few, so this was a good one to try. And then I picked up two palettes. I picked up this Milani Gilded Nudes palettes. We got some nudes. And then I also picked up this Physicians Formula Butter Collection with Wei Li Huan. I hope I pronounced that right. But it has like highlighters, blushes, and some bronzers. And I love the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula, so I wanted to try this out since it's supposed to be the same formula. So let's dive into all these products. I know it's a lot, but we'll get through it. Okie dokie, guys. So I unpacked everything. Look how super cute this little Real Techniques set is. For $20, you get 4 brushes and a little brush holder, which is awesome. But anyways, I'm gonna start with my primer, and I'm gonna try this e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. So it looks just like the other one, but it does, you can see it has like a little bit of a sheen to it. Same kind of like texture. And I'm just gonna go in. Oh, that doesn't have a mirror. I'm just gonna go in. Oh yeah. She's luminous. It almost gives you like a little bit of a gold highlight. It reminds me of MAC's strobe cream that I used to use back in the day. And it feels amazing on the skin. It's very glowy. Okay, so I also already did my eyebrows off camera, so I'm not gonna do those on camera. I didn't buy any eyebrow products. So now I'm gonna go in with the Pro Glow foundation, and this is shade 207, and we're just gonna pray that this is the right shade. It looks kind of light. So we'll see. I'm gonna just go in. You know what? I'm gonna go in with this little square foundation brush that came in the little kit, and go in. Yeah, she's real light. I do like this brush a lot. It doesn't really leave streaks. It's blending the product very well. And this foundation has a pretty light coverage. It's not like super full coverage or anything. I'm gonna tap over that with my sponge. Okay, I think I'm gonna go in with a second layer of foundation. Especially here where I have a little bit of a red bump. I can see that it doesn't cover it so much, so I'm just gonna put a second layer on. I'm also gonna take the excess and just bring it down my neck. Yeah. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty matchstick in the color Truffle. This is not Drugstore, but this is my favorite contour, so I'm gonna use it. And then I'm gonna go in with that same little brush that I used for the foundation, and I'm gonna blend out this contour. Okay everybody, now the contour is laid, I'm gonna jump into the concealer, which is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in medium sand. Hopefully this is light enough to highlight me today, so we're gonna try it out. Seems like a good shade. It's more on the yellow side, and it has that thick applicator like the Tarte Shape Tape and also the other Camo Concealer. It's like the same component. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna go into this e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder, and I'm gonna use it to bake under my eyes, and I'm hoping this is good. Everything else looks so nice already, and I don't want to mess it up, but I'm just gonna go in heavy with this powder. It looks very fine, like very finely milled. Okay, while Tony goes and gets me some Prosecco, I'm gonna cut my cheek. Cut the cheek, cut the cheek. Don't cut the cheek, don't cut the cheek.
Amazon Prime?
Okay guys, this isn't a champagne flute, but it's a nice glass. So I'm getting Prime service tonight. Thank you so much, babe.
Parcalo.
Cheers to many more videos, many more makeups for our brands in the future.
And here's to more people trying our products so they can test out just how good they really are.
Yes. I'm gonna go into this, I've only had one sip of champagne. I'm gonna go into this Milani Gilded Nude palette, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called And Chill. It's a little brown shade. I swatched some of these shimmer shades, and let me tell you, I had my doubts about this palette, but those shimmer shades are nice. Okay, so it's a little bit of kickback, but that doesn't bother me. So I'm just gonna go in and start packing this shade into my crease. She's very pigmented. She is laying in the crease nicely.
Oh, she is beautiful.
And I have not primed my lids like always. There's just the excess foundation on my lids as primer. Okay, now I've laid that color into the crease. I'm gonna go into this one right here, which is called Do Not Disturb. And I'm using this to blend this darker brown out. Okay, I'm gonna jump over to a slightly more precise brush, and I'm gonna pick up that same color. And I'm just pulling these two colors out. I'm also gonna take a little bit of this shade right here, which is a more warm chocolate shade. It's called Hit Snooze on a little pen. This palette was made for you, babe. What? Chill, hit snooze, do not disturb, me time. This is perfect. This was your palette.
What is it called? Is it called the Tony palette?
And it's gilded nude. You're always sleeping in nude.
That's true.
I'm just taking this shade right here and I'm putting it on my outer corner. Just as a little bit of a deepening shade. And then blending it out with my blender. It's a really good palette so far. Milani, you did that with this palette. Okie dokie, I'm gonna cut my crease. I'm actually gonna use this little concealer brush that came in my little set for the Real Techniques. And I'm gonna cut my crease with my ColourPop concealer since I know that that works for that. Okay, now that we have a little cut crease moment, I'm gonna go into the shade Weekender, which is a very light cream shade. And I'm gonna pack that towards the inner corner. Then I'm actually gonna go on top of that with this one, which is called Me Time, and that has a little bit more of a pinky hue. Then picking up this shade right here, which is a beautiful gold. It's called 75 and Sunny, which would be perfect weather temperature. I'm picking that up on a brush, and I'm gonna start tapping that on the center, kind of towards the outer third of the eye. Okay, that gold shade is beautiful, but it is sticking to the lid very nicely. So I'm just blending this out a little bit. Okay, and then with this little tiny blending brush, I'm gonna go back into that pink shade Me Time, and I'm gonna blend out this inner part. Then I'm actually gonna take this little e.l.f. Liquid Shadow in 24 karat gold, and I'm gonna put this closer to the inner corner, right over that gold shade. Then I'm gonna use a little brush to blend it out. And this is just like a really fun, glittery liquid shadow. I absolutely love how it looks on the eyes. And I'm hoping that it lasts a long time because it's gorgeous. Definitely a winner. Okay, now I'm gonna hop back into And Chill and hit snooze. And I'm gonna take that onto my lower lash line. Okay, and there's also this shade in the palette called Detox, and it's like almost like a silver, but it has a bunch of gold shift into that. And I'm gonna put this into my inner corners. It's almost like a glitter, but silvery gold. And this one has quite a bit of fallout, so be careful. I don't know if you can see, but yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly wipe off my bake, and I'm gonna use this Real Techniques buffing brush. All that bake. Now I am noticing that that powder does have quite a bit of coverage, so it will highlight you a lot. I am gonna have to take a bronzer and blend this all together because I look a little ghost-like. But before I do that, I'm gonna do my usual technique, and I'm gonna douse my face in Morphe setting spray and pounce it with my sponge. Okay, so I'm gonna try this new mascara. Well, it's new for me. I know it's been around for a really long time, but it's the Falsies by Maybelline, and I got the shade Blackest Black. Okay guys, so I totally poked myself in the eyeball with this mascara, and I got it everywhere, but I'll fix that in a second. I do like how it looks. It looks beautiful. My lashes look really long and separated. So we're just gonna leave that to dry for a second. Okay, so next I wanna go into this little Physicians Formula Butter Collection with Wei Li Huang. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know in the comments below. But I'm gonna try some of these bronzers. And I already accidentally messed this one up because I put my finger in it like a dummy and it got all over the palette, but ignore that. I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna take this little bronzer brush right here, and I'm gonna go into Sunset Bronzer, which is the bottom one first. See how that looks on my skin. Okay, it's kind of powdery. It smells so good. If you've ever smelled Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, you know what I'm talking about. It smells like a vacation. This palette doesn't have a mirror, so I'm gonna take my mirror from my CXC Beauty blush palette, and I'm sort of layering this bronzer on over where I contoured. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into the top bronzer, which is called Deep Bronzer. And that is usually the shade I buy for the Butter Bronzer, but I think this one's a little bit different because this one seems to have a little bit of shimmer to it. But we shall see. Oh yeah, I really like that. I think it is the same. That looks really nice. It does give a slight glow, but it's nothing obnoxious. So you can definitely use it as like your bronzer contour. Has like a little bit of a gold sheen to it. Okay, now for blush, we have these two shades. There's a more mauvey pink, and there's also like a more corally orange shade. I think I'm gonna mix both of them and just apply it on my cheeks. They are very light, so don't be afraid to go heavy. They're not like my blushes that are super pigmented. And I actually got a Wet n Wild blush as well, which is called Nudist Society. And this one was only $2.99, and it looks like this. I'm gonna put this one on as well, because you can never have too much blush. And this one's more of a light nudish pink color. So I'm just gonna put that on the apples. I love that. I look super dewy. Like, they weren't lying when they were calling this stuff luminous and glow. Okay, and then there's also two highlighters in this palette. I'm gonna mix both of them because one of them is lighter and one of them is more peachy bronze. And I kind of want something in between. So I'm just taking my CXC Beauty cheek defining brush and I'm mixing both of them. Oh yeah, those are really pretty. They're very reflective. They don't look super reflective in the pan, but when you put them on your face, they're very reflective. I look like I'm ready for like a summer vacation.
That's because we are.
Okie dokie, so I did not get a lip product, so I'm gonna do my lips really quickly. I'm gonna try this brush really quickly. This is the 206 and it's like a little powder brush, and I'm gonna put more blush on. Okay everybody, so this is the completed look using some new drugstore items for me, some stuff that I've tried in the past that I haven't tried in a long time, but overall I really liked everything. I think everything turned out super beautiful. This Physicians Formula palette, all of these shades, every single one of them is gorgeous. I liked every single one. And this palette's only $14.99. And if you ever bought the butter bronzer, that bronzer by itself is $12.99 and you only get the one shade. So for $2 more, you get a palette of 6 shades. So this was my favorite out of everything. The e.l.f. little glitter thing in 24 karat gold is gorgeous. Definitely pick this. The concealer went on flawlessly. Now, I can't really tell you if I love it yet because this is a first impressions and I don't want to say, oh yes, go out and buy this concealer when I've only had it on for an hour or 30 minutes. So we're still determining on the concealer. The foundation I've used before and I know I did like this. Again, it's been so long, so I can't tell you a definitive answer of whether I still like this or not until I do a more in-depth wear time on that. The mascara is great. I did have a little mishap where I poked my eyeball, but that was user error. These brushes from Real Techniques are phenomenal and super affordable. I got that whole kit for $20 and you get a face brush, a powder brush, concealer brush, and that little square brush that's great for foundation and applying your contour. This Milani blush is really cute for $2.99. The eyeshadow palette was really good. I do like it a lot. There is some fallout with certain shades, but overall they blend really well and they apply really well onto the eyes. So this was really nice as well. And then last but not least, the two e.l.f. the putty primer and the powder. The luminous putty primer I really like. Now if you have a more oilier skin, this probably will not work that well for you because it is very like luminous. And then the powder, it seems to be laying really nicely on my under eyes right now, but again I have to try this a little bit more to give you a good answer on whether this is good or not. Overall, I had a great experience with all these products. I hope this gave you some new options to try out from the drugstore that are more affordable. And also let me know what you think about this look in the comments below. Do you think everything applied well compared to the stuff I usually use? I think it went pretty good. I do look a little ready for vacation, which is always good. And yeah, I had a great time with you guys in this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye.